Hey everyone, this is PrinceBrightstar, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers. So, last time we reached the end of the main scenario quest, and basically at this point we're doing a victory lap, essentially, through what the endgame content is currently. Now, this is not everything that's going to be happening here. In 1 week after this, the normal version of the 8-man raid is going to be opening, and I will be covering that. But in terms of any of the extreme or savage content, I will not be covering that, since I don't have a static, nor do I really have the time to do that with the work that I have to do with the Phantasy Star series. But anyway, let's start here within the Crystarium, and let's actually speak to the Crystal Exarch, because there's a little bit more left to him here. Oh, Prince, what brings you back to the first? Another adventure, mayhap? Let's ask about recent developments. As to be expected, the recent changes in Nordvent were invariably accompanied by some disarray, but the people have embraced the night with joy in their hearts, and they go about rebuilding their lives with optimism. Your fellow Scions have returned whence it all began for them, to lend a helping hand during this period of transition. Alphino is in Yolmor, Alice is at the inn at Journey's Head, and Y'shtola with the Knight's Blessing. Bancred and Reen continue to be guests of the Crystarium, though of late they are often afield on some matter or other. I had instructions to summon everyone hither should you return, but busy as they all appear to be, perhaps the reunion can wait a little while. Rest assured, I continue searching for a way to deliver your comrades home, so please, take your ease and enjoy some time to yourself. Alright, let's show him our wind-up Graha. What in the world is this? A gift from Tataru, you say? A mammoth inspired by a certain Archon, created to fund the expedition to the Circus Trench. Passing strange. I never had the pleasure of meeting Tataru. That being the case, I can only assume the idea for the subject matter came from another. Could it have been Master Galuf? Or Cryo, perhaps? No, wait. Rambrose! It must be Rambrose. Behind his somber countenance there hides a playful streak. I can fair see him grinning as he imagines how I would react should I stumble into this mammoth sometime in the future. If truth be told, I know not how to feel when I behold it, but if nothing else, it tells me that they are well, Rambrose and everyone, and for that I am glad. And call him Grahatia. How strangely that name rings to the ears. Long as I have been the Crystal Exarch, it has ceased to be an act. This is very much who I am now. Yet when you speak to me as the young man I once was, he cannot help but stir within. And then the old days come flooding back, the days when we sought the truth of this tower together. You were an inspiration to me then. Though I did not think it possible, you have become even more of an inspiration to me now. Alright, so Grahatia is doing well. And let's now make our way out into the Crystarium itself. As you can see, we have several new quests available to us here. Let's go ahead and check them out. I bet I could do that. What? How long were you standing there in silence? Don't you know it's rude to... Wait, aren't you that mortal bonded to Fiol? Well now, isn't this a pleasant surprise? I have a proposal I was meaning to put to you. As it happens, interested? What's that? So these Skywatchers you see all over, they're good at what they do, but even they can't tell you if it's raining or whatever back on the source, no? But with my help, they could. I could cross the rift, see what the weather's like for myself, come back, and share my knowledge with these mortals by whispering to them in their dreams. I could do the same for the Skywatchers on the other side, too. Everyone would have all the answers, and they wouldn't even know how they got them. Wouldn't that be grand? Your silence is all the approval I need. Off I go! Due to Lorfiel meddling with the dreams of Skywatchers in the Source and the First, Skywatchers may now provide forecasts for every region regardless of their location. Alright, so that just unlocked that little bit there. Let's hit up the plus mark over here. Wait, aren't you? Yes, I thought so. PrinceBrightstar, correct? You've been very busy, if all the rumors are to believe. What are you even doing here? How did you get here from the source? Why are you staring at me with such intensity? Pray tell, have I said something to offend you? How in the seven hells did you wind up in this world? Judging by your cryptic comments, I gather I bear a resemblance to someone you know, but I can assure you that we have never met before, you and I. Don't believe me? Then let us be friends. The more you learn about me, the more you will come to realize how different I am from this other me. I am a wanderer by trade, but a minstrel at heart, a keeper of tales, a singer of songs, a preserver of forgotten truths. Yet in defiance of my itinerant nature, I have elected to remain here for a time and compose new works. You being a traveling sinner, I'm sure you've seen your share of adventures. Such stories often serve as the best sort of inspiration. Perhaps I could persuade you to regale me with one or two? Alright, let us speak to him again. As a sinner of the world, you must surely have all manner of exciting experiences to share. I pray you regale me with your finest, that it may inspire me to write a song that shall echo in eternity. So, let's talk about innocence. You have a tale for me, my friend. The benevolent savior who would lord over paradise itself, the only ruler fit for a stagnant monument to hedonistic excess, Lord Vothri, but of course he would claim the title of innocence for himself in the end. I cannot speak to whether or not he was a monster as a child, but I can sing of his monstrous deeds and what became of him as a man. Beneath blinding skies, the Lord of Light reigns supreme. From his lofty perch to floating fortress he retreats to plot and scheme. Heavenly exile, born of man and sin, embrace your ascension, and fall, wardent resplendent, in vain pursuit of perfection. Though he summoned every ounce of his strength as a champion of light, in the end Vothri was no match for the warrior of darkness. He wouldn't be the first to cloak himself in the trappings of righteousness. They are too common by half. Some might even say, nevertheless. I hope his example serves as a reminder of what evil men may do in the name of so-called good. You and yours did well to lay him low. No doubt you will confront other villains in the days ahead, and I should be most eager to hear your full account after. with the Crown of the Immaculate Extreme now accessible. So this, as well as the next one we're going to unlock here, like I said before, I won't be running these here, but I did at least want to show you where to go to unlock these. Let's talk about Titania. I'm all ears, Prince. The most esteemed of all Fey folk, the venerated ruler of the Pixies, and the kingdom of rainbows. What tragedy for Titania to go forth in defense of their subjects, only to be corrupted and transformed into that which they fought to defeat. A mad monarch once beloved, then feared, and finally set free. There, 'tis done, and you shall be the first to hear it performed. For love of the Fey folk the king fought light and fell, pure spirit corrupted, in thrall to light spell. 4 treasures did lead him unto the castle door, 4 treasures did free the king from torment evermore. I can only imagine the horror that must have gripped Titania in the moments before the transformation was complete, knowing that the very people you had sworn to protect would soon suffer and die by your hand. It is an all too familiar tale to those of us who have struggled to survive in the wake of the flood. We can but hope that the night's return of comfort to their soul, should some aspect of it endure. With the passing of the light, the Fae now dance beneath starlit skies. Where before they mourned, they now rejoice. You made this possible, my friend. I look forward to hearing more of your adventures. The Dancing Plague Extreme, now accessible. Alright, let's now head over to the other quest marker here. That one being over here. Excuse me, a word, if you would be so kind. We of the Crystarium Guard have a request to make of you. Our researchers are planning to enter the Crystal Tower to learn more of its history. However, there is a problem. Now, what I am about to reveal is strictly confidential. Were word to get out, panic would spread throughout the citizenry. Our scouts have reported that ferocious beasts and bizarre machines roam the hallways. Until we can eliminate these threats, none may enter. Strange ethereal readings have also been detected, and we suspect that the phenomena are linked. The XIV has ordered us to seek your aid in making the tower safe for our researchers to go about their work. He mentioned that you were better equipped than most to face the dangers that lurk in the tower, though he elected not to go into detail. Is this true? I'm raring to go. Then your prior experience may prove beneficial. Come, let us proceed to the entrance. And the entrance appears to be a little bit off to the side of the Dulsol Gate, so let's run over to the Aetheryte here. I take it your preparations are complete? Listen carefully. You are to lead a party of elite troops into the tower and respond to any hostility with lethal force. Once the way is clear, the researchers can begin their expedition. Our main objective is to identify the source of the ethereal disturbance. The tower cannot be considered safe until we do. Should you encounter any opposition beyond your capabilities, you are to withdraw immediately. I wish you the best of luck. The twinning now accessible. And with that, let's go ahead and queue up for it. Oh dear, and it appears we actually have quite a wait here to be able to get in. Well, while we're waiting here, let's go ahead and make our way over to Yulmore. And we're going to take a look at what else we have available. Now, you might remember that we couldn't do anything in this area. But now that we have completed the main scenario, this is now where all of your tombstones are going to come into play here. So, if we speak to Amark here, we have Algan Tombstones of Gotia. And this is where we can trade them in for different upgrades and such. And in fact, I wanted to get a new belt at this point, since that is going to provide me with additional defense compared to the one that I'm wearing right now. And then post that, then of course I'll look at the rest of the stuff that needs to be upgraded here. So let me go ahead and grab that. Now, in terms of what else there is here, we can't actually see anything up here on the canopy, but there is some new stuff here as well. If we hit up the Aetherite, and we go down to the southeast derelicts, we have this overwrought Ondo here. Oh, Land Dweller, you were one of the Ancient's messengers, yes? How fortunate I have found you. We need your help. Ever since the Abyss was lit with the city's lanterns, a great beast the likes of which we have never seen has begun hunting near the cups. It thrashes and gnashes with its cavernous maw, leaving nothing but tattered flesh in its wake. The eldest of the Ath, I fear it is an omen, a harbinger of our people's destruction. Have we angered the Ancients? We cannot know. We dare not enter their sacred abode without first receiving their blessings. That is why I came to this town of Land Dwellers, to sink those who had helped us before. And here you are. Please, enter the ancient city once more, speak with them, and learn what we have done to earn their ire. A hostile creature of unknown origin threatens the lives of the Ondo people. Perhaps the clerk in Amarot's Bureau of the Administrator can shed some light on this mystery beast. So, let us make our way down into the Tempest. How may I help you? And this beast was like no other, you say. Judging by the description, it may very well be one of the new types of fauna being created by the researchers of Academia Anidir. As such, this matter is out of my purview. I suggest you take your claims to the Bureau of the Architect, or better yet, speak with the Academia scholar directly. You will find Academia Anidir and its public offices to the south of this building. If this mysterious beast is one of their experiments, then they will surely have more information to offer you. Alrighty then, and so that leads us over to here. Okay, it looks like the average wait time just went down a little bit, so hopefully it won't take as long. Welcome to the public offices of Academia Annuter. The hallowed halls of the Academia itself are restricted to accredited scholars. Ah, my apologies. If I am not mistaken, your residency was arranged directly by Emmett himself. As such, you have been granted special dispensation to enter our prestigious institution. Might I ask what has prompted your visit with us today? A monster. I see. Yes, that particular creation is under our supervision. If you would like to confirm the beast containment yourself, then might I suggest a tour of the grounds? Our head researcher is in residence, and may be available to answer questions about the experiment you described. Your zeal for knowledge is impressive, in one so young. I do implore you, however, to be careful inside the Academia. Mind what you touch, and try not to distract the other researchers from their work. Finally, I must insist that you report to me on your return. It wouldn't do to lose track of our little visitor. This way, if you please. Academia Annuter, now accessible. Okay, so that is the second dungeon that will open up here. So once we're done with the twinning, then we'll make a run through that. And what I was thinking with the, what we do next here while we wait, is there is also, as mentioned yesterday, back in Ul'dah, there is now a new job quest available. So let's make our way over to Ul'dah. Now, I did not mean to invite you. Sorry. I don't know what it is. It's like something with the patch changed priority with how you click onto things. So it's like anybody that gets in the way is going to prevent me from clicking on the Aetheryte directly. Anyway, worth fighting for. Ah, if it isn't Prince. How fare you, my friend? Still keeping up your training, I trust? The Sultan's Sworn have not been idle either. Seeking ways to better serve our nation, we have joined hands with the Gladiators Guild. We train with one another, helping to hone each other's sword arms. The guild even dispatches its members to assist us in guarding the palace. None of this would have been possible without First Sword's Myla's cooperation. She is a dedicated woman, dedicated to her art and to her own, and I have the utmost respect and admiration for her. So it was with deep concern that I noticed that something troubles her of late. Whereas before she was amiable, she has become given to brooding silences. I considered offering to lend an ear, but as a relatively new acquaintance, I did not wish to appear overly familiar. But you, Prince, you are her close friend. Will you not seek her out and inquire after the source of her consternation? Alright, so yes, let's go ahead and speak to the Guildmaster. Oh, it's you, Prince. It's been a while. What brings you here today? Is everything alright? What's this all of a sudden? Of course I'm... Nay, I won't insult your intelligence by lying to you. You see, it's Aldous. He's returned to Ul'dah. He's been pardoned, so he has every right to be here. But it's just... I just don't understand what's going through his mind. Oh, if it isn't the very man I've been longing to see. Greetings, Prince. You look well for someone who's been raising hells the world over. I see my attire intrigues you. When I took my leave of the Old Cup, I believe I said something to the effect of still having much to learn. That's what I've been doing, learning. I remember the elderly samurai who was making short work of our gladiators, and so I decided to journey to the Far East and train in his style. You never cared for convention or tradition. Oh, there's our duty. So let's go ahead and get that started, and then we'll resume this once we're out. I was wondering when we were going to come across this musical track. I remember this from the job demonstration trailer. So knowing that this track is from a dungeon within the Crystal Tower, it makes sense why we're hearing both Escape as well as the Crystal Tower theme in this track. could probably pull another group here. Alright, first boss, and it's some sort of behemoth. Looks kind of like the design of the ones from Final Fantasy XIII. I'm pretty sure we've also seen this design before in this game as well. Oh yeah, the fact that he's standing up, that's definitely Final Fantasy XIII right there. And we got ads. We gotta move him out of the fire. Yeah, that fire is sticking, so we just gotta, we're just gonna have to keep moving him as we go. There's another ad. Alright, they're done for. Sweet. Oh yeah, these are even more Final Fantasy 13 creatures. These flans here, the flanborg. Oh, and I was wondering where the XIV were, and I'm recalling now that actually the XIV were a creation of the Allagans, so it makes sense that they actually do show up here in the tower, and not outside. Come to think about it, this is kind of the, kind of like the Azislaw dungeon that we never really got. I'm not saying that it was ever planned that there was an extra dungeon, but, you know, there were several creatures up on that island that we never saw in a dungeon setting before, so it's nice to finally get something like this here. Just as we thought the pieces were in place, we came to the realization that traversing time and space has its difficulties. It is one thing to possess the technology necessary to enable such a feat, quite another to actually perform it. The interdimensional rift, as it was called in the Founder's data logs, is what I can only describe as infinite chaos. To navigate it would take expertise far beyond our ken. There was, however, once a being capable of exactly that, the one known as Omega, and yet, despite all the research carried out, the mystery of how it was able to cross the rift remains unsolved. And yeah, here's another 13 monster. Orbs, I'm guessing they're gonna do an AoE. Yep. Doesn't seem too special with this one, just a lot of just knowing how the mechanics work and how you need to react. I didn't see a good way to get out of that one. Alright, second boss down. Well, this doesn't look good. Alexander? Well, now that is quite the reveal there. It may not be Alexander himself, but sheesh. Interesting mechanic. Different plays with how things were before. That ground attack is similar to something Alexander does. It even gives you time to figure things out. Nice. Now that's not good. At least I'm not going to hit anyone else. Really don't have that much room to move around in here once all those beams go off. But this is a really, really interesting way to play with these mechanics. Alright, down they go! Let's see. I'll take that. And orchestration. I guess I already had the belt. Alright, commendation. Give it to the DPS. And with that, let's go ahead and get the academia going. Excellent work. Not only did you reveal the cause of the ethereal fluctuations, you were able to remove the threat entirely. Thanks to you, the researchers have already completed their preliminary observations. Your findings were somewhat surprising. The Crystal Tower appears not to have been created by the Ronkins or any other known civilization. Its origins are veiled in mystery, much like the Exarch and yourself. Forgive me, it is not the time for idle speculation. We have, however, recovered an artifact. Though its purpose is unclear, it may even be purely decorative. Have you ever encountered anything like this? Maybe once, but... has come to carry out our plan. This will be my last recording. With the tower activated and the temporal displacement apparatus online, all that remains is to throw the switch and pray. I'm sorry, I truly am. I wish there was another way. But you are our best chance of success, our only hope. Your gift will allow you to become one with the tower and survive the journey through time and space. Were our technology as advanced as that of the Allagans, perhaps we could have gone with you. That sounds like Sid and his group. Alas, it was not to be. But when you are finally reunited, all the hardship, all the sacrifice will have been worth it, I'm sure. Just promise me you'll spare a thought for those you leave behind. And we'll be thinking of you, too. For as long as this world lasts, though I fear it will not be for much longer. This is Biggs, third of his name, 18th President of Garland Ironworks, signing off. May the 12 be at your side. Graatia. Well, cat's out of the bag! A person's voice coming from a machine? To be honest, I cannot make head nor tail of it. Do you have any idea what that was about? Even if I told you, you wouldn't believe me. Yes, I can tell that you know more than you're letting on. Very well, I will not begrudge you your secrets. The one thing was clear to me, even to me. The people who left the message were facing a great catastrophe. They placed their faith in the Crystal Tower, in much the same way we have done ever since the Flood of Light. Our prayers for salvation were answered when you and the Exarchs returned the night to us and freed us from the terror of the Sinutors. I sensed that this was all made possible by those people from a time long forgotten. We should do our utmost to learn more of them. Perhaps the researchers will uncover more of these messages. In any case, you have performed admirably in service of the Crystarium. We may have need of your strength and guidance in the days to come. Until then, fare you well. Alright, I'm curious if that thing has anything else to say. Where was that even put? It's like the only place it could have been put. Alright. Now, I am curious if Grahatia will have anything else to say, since that was revealed. And then if he doesn't have anything else to say, then we'll make our way back over to Ul'dah. No, it looks like he's just saying the same thing. Okay, so back to Ul'dah. Let's pick up where we left off with that paladin quest. Since the duty interrupted us in the middle of the conversation, I'm going to skip us ahead until we get to where he came in. Once again, Mila is worried that he's back in town. Greetings, Prince. You look well for someone who's been raising hells the world over. I see my attire intrigues you. When I took my leave after the Old Cup, I believe I said something to the effect of still having much to learn. That's what I've been doing, learning. I remembered the elderly samurai who was making short work of our gladiators, and so I decided to journey to the Far East and train in his style. You never cared for convention or tradition. Is it any wonder we're confused to see you actually look the part? Ha! I suppose you're right, but you have to admit, Mila, I look pretty good in this. So, Prince, how about you and I have a bout, for old time's sake? Gladly. We're of a kind, you and I. When we see a mighty foe, we can't resist the urge to test ourselves. Now, as much as I fancy a rematch in the Colosseum, we'll have to settle for a humbler venue this time. Let's see. How about Scorpion Crossing, outside the gate of the Sultana? there's space there, if not a lot of people to watch our glorious match. Oh, don't you even think about fighting in the city. If you must feed your vanity, I'll attend as witness. At the very least, I can explain the situation to the brass blades should they appear. Thanks, I appreciate it. And there you have it, Prince. I'll see you at Scorpion Crossing. Alright, so we need to make our way outside of town. Scorpion Crossing is a little village that I don't think actually has an aetheryte. Looks like we're meeting over here. I've been looking forward to this. Come, my friend, let's begin. What was impossible? How did you become so strong? I found something I couldn't bear to lose. You journeyed to another world and found something you couldn't bear to lose? Aldous, what's the meaning of this? There's no point. As I am, I don't stand a chance against Prince. You would admit defeat before you've even fought? It's unseemly, aye. But because of my training, I've come to know the power of resolve and the difference it makes. Forgive me, I need a moment alone. This isn't the Aldous I know. He never once backed down from a fight. I don't doubt that you've grown stronger since we last met. But so has Aldous. That's why he challenged you, to put his training to the proof. Yet, by that self-same training, he could see that he was no match for you. I don't know what to say. Well, there's no use pondering things here. Let us return to the guild. Back to Ul'dah, then. Aldous hasn't returned. I wouldn't be surprised if he's left Ul'dah again. It wouldn't be the first time he's disappeared as quickly as he's arrived. Don't blame yourself. The problem is Aldous' and Aldous' alone. It's up to him to resolve it, however long that may take. At any rate, don't feel compelled to linger on his account. I'm sure you have much demands on your time. Come and visit again when you have the chance. Sorry for taking off like that. Truth be told, I'm ashamed to show my face, but there's something I needed to tell you. After I left, I thought long and hard on your words, on that which you said made you strong. It led me to ask myself, what is it that I wish to protect? And you found your answer? I did. Fool that I am, it took me a long time, but I finally realized that it was always close by. Aldous. Myla, this is embarrassing for me to say, but that which is dearest to me, that I cannot bear to lose, is the Gladiators Guild. What? The old guildmaster, he was as a father to me, and this place is as a home. No matter where my path may lead, the guild will always welcome me with open arms. I realize that now. Aldous, you... So, if I'm to protect the guild, it means, well, you know. It means I have to be at the guild. So from today, I'm giving up the Indurant life. After all these years coming and going as you please, sending nary a word, you think you could just stay here? You've got a lot of nerve. Why, Myla, if I didn't know better, I'd say you were worried about me. Shut your mouth. If you wish to stay, then do as you like. That's what you're good at. Ah, there's the grimace I know and love. There truly is no place like home. But just aside, Prince, because of you, I finally realized what's important to me. For that, I give you my thanks. From here on, I'll watch over the guild while I continue honing my skills. Who knows, if I work hard, I might even become the first sword one day. Not on your life! No one would entrust this guild to a selfish bastard such as you. And skills or no, you're starting from the bottom like the rest. Aye, whatever you say. It was good seeing you, my friend. Do come and visit again. From now on, you know where to find me. Alright, so the Paladin quest is complete. It looks like we still have a few minutes left here before the second dungeon is going to be ready. So let's take a quick little trip once again. And let's make our way into Raktika. And really, the Paladin quest was going to be the last thing that we were going to do today, but because of the delays with the queue, this is actually going to be the last thing for today. So I was thinking instead what we'd do in the meantime while we're waiting for that is at the very least get our get back on with the Aether Compass and look around for some of the Aether Currents that I still have yet to pick up here. Looks like there should be one over there. And there it is. Once again, if you want to get your mounts flying, this is basically what you need to do in order to get them flying. You need to find all the Aether Currents that are out in the open, and then the reason I was collecting all these quests that have the plus marker on them is because they have Aether Currents tied to them as well. Here's one of them. And the next one is going to be to the southeast. Let's actually teleport back over to Finale for that. We should run into this one pretty quickly. There it is. The southwest we go. Looks like we're gonna have to go around to actually get up to here. Here's the next one. Ah, there. The duty is ready. Kind of a nice jazzy theme. Looks like this one is going to be ocean themed in terms of the creatures we're going to find in here. Two of them left. Alright, moving on. And moving on. Okay, it looks like we just lost our healer. Let's see if we can at least take out this Pat here. Nice, managed to line of sight that guy. The good news is we do at least have the red mage here, so they might be able to do some Vercures. I'm going to do some Clemency as well, to try to help out. Unfortunately, it's the lack of healers as of late that's probably going to cause additional issues for us here, in terms of waiting for someone to come in. And who knows if they're going to want to join mid-mission. Alright, so we're at least going to give it a try here to see if we can take this one down. I'm gonna bring up a different HUD. Alright, so it looks like we've actually got two in here. He's gonna race across the platform. Or I guess just slam into it. Okay, so unfortunately my hallowed ground didn't protect me there. Let's see if we can get up quickly here. And this is where, really, the fact that we no longer have access to the AoE, provoke. I think it was called Ultimatum. This is where that's really starting to hurt, because they both seem to have two separate enmity bars. I'm reaching out to my fruit company to see if they've got anybody that can step in. Hopefully the wait won't be too long, but it's very possible that a lot of the people that are trying to come into here may have their mid-mission joining function turned off. But who knows? We'll see how long the wait is. But yeah, the whole place here seems to be some sort of an aquarium or something like that. Alright, we just got a healer in. It'll take him a moment to get over to here. Alright, and here they come. I gotta say, also, it's kind of nice to finally see, like, a shark monster in here. In this game. Alright, so this one... They slam the ground when they come out. I think it's the red one that goes all the way across. Yeah, they go all the way across. he's gonna slam the ground. If the both of them would stay out of the water longer, that would definitely go a long way. Alright, down goes one of them. And there goes the other. Kind of an interesting fight, but it definitely works. Alright, now that we've got a healer in here, I'm gonna set my HUD back the way it should be. That was just to make it easier with the, make healing easier with, Clemency. Oh, we've already got those. Okay. Somehow I get the feeling there's some sort of an Undertale joke about eating your vegetables here. But no, seriously, we've seen creatures like this before over on the Source as well. Although I don't think we've ever seen an eggplant there. Let's see if we can get another group going with this. Ah, the sounds of pots being dragged across the ground. Alright, second boss. Well, that's a lot of mouths, isn't it? Down they go. Interesting name for this area, La Habrea. But that makes sense, given the consortium. Seems like a fairly standard group. Although we'll probably need to watch out for the bomb explosions towards the end. That's what I thought. I guess we did eventually move away from the water theme, actually, now that I think about it. Looks like it's just gonna be these two and then we're on to the boss. Yep, here we are. Oh, he's trying to summon the Quetzalcoatl, it looks like. And yeah, that one looks pretty close to the one from Final Fantasy X. Okay, that's a pretty interesting, mechanic there. Either you collect the balls or, get the buff up, or they stick around and, well, it's not a good time. Although those last set of balls did seem to come out pretty quickly before they did their other attacks, so I have to wonder if those can actually be collected or not. No, you cannot collect those. So you just have to, get around them. This should be the last round of that. And that's it, they are down! Alright, let's hand this in. Ah, our studious visitor returns. What did you think of our experiments? Were your questions answered in a satisfactory manner? The experiments had escaped. Escape? Escaped? I should think not. Academia Enitor boasts the most secure facilities and research protocols of any institution of the star. Ah, but they were scheduled to conduct research on those samples we captured from across the sea. Is it possible they were even more potent than we anticipated? Yet, even if such were the case, one cannot dismiss the resourcefulness of our scholars, not to mention the presence of the esteemed La Habrea. Yes, I am certain they will soon have the situation well in hand. You needn't worry your young mind about such things, and do not be discouraged. 'Tis a pity your inquiries were disrupted this time, but there will be other opportunities to visit. Was there aught else which piqued your curiosity? I shall endeavor to provide you with answers to the best of my ability. The scholars had turned into monsters. What you witnessed would not have been transformation magics. 'Tis more likely you observed the result of our research into advanced creation. Shape-changing is a temporary effect at best. Creation, on the other hand, converts one's life energies into ether, which is then expended to bring a well-constructed concept into solid reality. By combining the ether of many individuals, we can theoretically create entities of even greater complexity and grandeur, the methodology of which is the focus of our current experiments. Was there aught else which piqued your curiosity? I shall endeavor to provide you with answers to the best of my ability. I never thought of La Habrea as an academic. Oh my, yes, there are few who can match his knowledge and expertise in the field of phantom creation. You passed through the words of La Habrea, did you not? I imagine you found the research material there to be of particular interest, considering the purpose of your visit. I have nothing more to ask. No, nothing? Well, as long as your thirst for knowledge has been slaked, then we should consider your visitation time well spent. As for the creature you suspect has broken free, rest assured that our officials will be taking up the thread of your investigation. You are certain it was not within the Academia's ground? Yep. If by some miracle Arachneotania has gained its freedom, then what has become of the researchers tasked to contain it? Oh, idle musings, nothing more. Was there not an acquaintance awaiting news of your progress? Best not keep them in the dark. It seems Academia Enider has no further information for you regarding the mystery beast. Return to the derelicts and make your report to the overwrought Ondo. Then to Yulmore we go. And to the southeast derelicts. You have returned. What of the ancients? How do we soothe their rancor? You mean the beast escaped? It was not released to torment us? A terrible creation indeed, if it can slip the bonds of the ancients. And yet, it is a relief to know that we did not slight the old ones, that it was not our deeds which summoned forth this fiend. I will swim back to the cups and consult my comrades. We must think on a strategy. Though huge in size, the beast is swift, elusive. My kin would be glad to have your aid in seeking its tracks. Finless ones do best when where there is no water, and the sea has yet to reclaim our home. Come to the ocean floor, land dweller. Come and hunt the beast. Okay, so that would seem to indicate that there might be a little bit more here to this whole thing. let me just check that real quick. Just looking at the quest names here, but none of them really seem to relate to what we're looking at, and I think this is probably just going to be an aetheryte here. Yeah. That's just an aetheryte. Okay. So, with that, we've pretty much gone all through all the endgame stuff that's available currently, except for the extremes. As I mentioned before, that is not something that I'm really interested in at this time here. So we are going to pass that by, but I did at least show you where that could be unlocked earlier. So, with that, the Eden Raid, that opens with patch 5.01 on July 16th, and I plan to do a stream sometime either on that day or shortly after to cover that. And then from there, that pretty much starts the wait till patch 5.1 comes out. In the meantime, I'll be getting back to Phantasy Star. So, if you've enjoyed today's content, please do make sure to subscribe and click the bell to be notified whenever I do put out a new video or whenever I do go live. In addition to that, I also have a Discord. Link to that is in the description below. Thank you for joining me today. This is PrinceBrightstar signing off. I've really enjoyed my time here with Shadowbringers, and I'll catch you next time.